All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about a name that gets your heart racing just hearing it. A true automotive icon that's made one of the most exciting comebacks we've seen in years, the Toyota GR Supra.
Now look at this thing. It's so much more than just a car, right? This is the revival of an absolute legend. I mean, we all waited for years, and Toyota finally brought back the Supra name. And trust me, it's not just some throwback. This is a totally modern performance machine, but it's got all that incredible history baked right into its DNA.
So that really gets you thinking, doesn't it? What does it actually take to bring a legend like this back from the dead? Because it's way more than just slapping a familiar name on a new car. You're talking about honoring history, delivering insane performance, and, a whole lot of passion.
Okay, first up, an icon's evolution. We're talking from classic roots to modern muscle. To really get what the new GR Supra is all about, you gotta look at where it came from. Its story is this awesome evolution, a straight line from those classic Japanese sports cars to, well, the beast you see today.
Just look at that lineup. That is the entire family tree. All right there. You've got everything from the old-school Celica Supra all the way up to today's GR model. The new one is really the culmination of this incredible racing heritage. You can just see echoes of its famous older siblings in its design and its focus on performance. Seriously, this car has speed in its genes. So let's trace the path, right? The whole story kind of kicks off way back in 1967 with the absolutely gorgeous Toyota 2000 GT. That car basically proved Toyota could hang with the best sports car makers in the world. Then boom, 1993, the 4th-gen Supra lands, and it becomes this legendary icon for tuners everywhere. Fast forward to 2014, and Toyota drops the FT1 concept, and the internet just exploded. Everyone was talking. And all of that, every single step, leads us right here to the GR Supra that's carrying that torch today.
All right, Section 2, forged on the racetrack, the Gazoo racing DNA. Because this car wasn't just dreamt up in some design studio. Nope, its heart was forged on the racetrack. And that GR in the name, that's not just a fancy badge. It stands for Gazoo Racing, which is Toyota's very own global racing team.
And that's the key thing to understand. The GR Supra isn't just inspired by racing. It is a direct product of everything Toyota learns, all the passion, all the tech, from competing at the absolute highest levels of motorsport.
And here you can see that connection in action. It's awesome. On the left, you've got this insane endurance race car from Le Mans. And on the right, the GR Supra, putting that exact same performance DNA to work. I mean, think about it. Everything they learn in the heat of a 24-hour race gets engineered right into the car that you can actually go out and buy. And believe me, that GR badge has some serious street cred. Gazoo Racing doesn't just show up. They win. Everywhere. We're talking the brutal stages of the World Rally Championship, the insane Dakar Rally, and back-to-back wins at the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans. This is a brand built on a history of winning. Plain and simple.
Okay, let's talk about the good stuff. The heart of a performer, unpacking the power. With a history and a racing pedigree like that, you're expecting some serious performance, right? So let's get under the hood and see what makes this thing go. And there it is, the heart of the beast, a 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six. Now that engine layout is classic Supra. It's famous for being super smooth and for its legendary tuning potential. I mean, car enthusiasts just love these things because they know they can squeeze so much more power out of them. But honestly, even straight from the factory, the numbers are just wow.
First up, let's talk horsepower. 382. Just let that sink in. That is a serious number. We're talking about a figure that puts the GR Supra in some pretty elite company, ready to go head-to-head with the best from Europe.
And then there's torque, a massive 369 pound-feet of it. That's that raw pulling power, the force that literally shoves you back in your seat when you stomp on the gas. And it's there, instantly. So what do you get when you put all that power together? How about this? 0 to 60 in just 4.1 seconds. That is just ridiculously fast. It's a real testament to how well this car gets all that power down to the road.
But look, having a ton of power is useless if you can't control it. And that's where really cool tech like the Active Sport Differential comes into play. Just think of it like a computer brain for your rear wheels. It's constantly managing the power going to each wheel to stop the car from pushing wide on a turn. That's understeer, or getting squirrely in the back. That's oversteer. It just helps you carve through corners with insane precision.
All right, next section. Design that drives. Form inspired by function. So we've talked about the power. Now let's talk about the incredible skin it's all wrapped in.
With the GR Supra, it's not just about looking amazing. It's a masterclass in how form follows function.
I mean, just look at it. The whole car is just captivating. It's muscular, it's athletic, but here's the cool part. Every single curve, every vent, every line you see is there for a reason. It's this beautiful design philosophy where art and aerodynamics are working together for one single goal: pure driving excitement.
Let's break down a few pieces. See that wide grille? Yeah, it looks aggressive, but its main job is to shovel cool air into that big engine. And the double bubble roof. That's a super cool nod to the old Toyota 2000 GT, but it also helps with aerodynamics and gives you a little extra headroom if you're wearing a helmet at the track. And that flared rear spoiler? That's pure race car stuff, creating downforce to stick the car to the road when you're going fast. Where driver and car become one. I love that because it perfectly captures what we're about to talk about next. We're moving from the outside in because that whole design philosophy goes straight into the cockpit. The goal? To make you feel totally connected to the car.
And you can totally feel that philosophy the second you sit inside. This isn't some luxury lounge, it's a command center. The dashboard is set really low and narrow so you can see everything. And the center console is actually angled to kind of wrap around you, the driver. Every single button and switch is right where your hand would naturally go, so you could just focus on driving.
Okay, let's wrap this up. The legend lives on. Modern tech, timeless thrills. So how does a legend like the Supra stay relevant today? Well, it does it by perfectly blending that raw, old-school driving fun with all the high-tech stuff we expect from a brand new car.
And make no mistake, this is not some stripped-out race car. Inside, you've got all the modern tech you could want. There's a color heads-up display that puts your speed and nav right in your line of sight. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, so your phone just connects. Heck, there's even wireless charging for your devices. It's all the performance with none of the sacrifices.
At the end of the day, the GR Supra is so much more than just a collection of specs. It's this incredible fusion of beautiful design and pure, raw performance. It's engineered from the ground up to make you, the car, and the road feel like one single thing.
And that's really the whole story. For now, bringing back the Supra was a huge deal, a massive moment for car fans everywhere. But you know what? It also feels like it's just the beginning of a brand new story, which leaves us with a pretty cool question to chew on. If a legend is a story that never really dies, what do you think the next chapter for the Supra is going to be?